So we haven't even got the van yet, but just to show you the current state of our haul. We have boxes, more boxes, boxes, boxes and boxes.
No, but what are they boxes of?
So we have the windows.
Solar panels.
This thing, I have no idea what that is.
Unistrut for the solar panel. There's another angle bracket below that.
We've got some window deflectors somewhere.
Masking
tape. We've got stuff that came out of our old van still to put away.
Blades. Mastic.
What are you most excited for in the new van then?
A shower.
Yeah.
Shower and a toilet, somewhere you can go toilet in the morning.
Yeah.
Not have to worry.
So any of you that might follow us on Instagram will probably know that we have just sold our transporter, which we also converted from an empty shell. And the main reason for that, hello. The main reason for that really was that we just didn't have enough space. Like, as much as we loved the van, and I still love transporters, I think they're the coolest van you can get, but they're just small.
Especially when you're 6'3".
Yeah. And it's just stuff like, we want to go to Europe eventually, and I don't know, like, you can stay on campsites and stuff over there, but for the times that we don't want to do that, when we want to be like wild camping, we need to have our own toilet for sure.
And a shower.
And a shower, yeah.
I
And
like to have a shower.
we just can't do it in that van, basically.
Let's go get the van.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're in the taxi on the way to pick it up. We've arrived in Oxford. The taxi's just dropped us off. 2-hour drive, which wasn't very nice, it was boring.
And bumpy. Very bumpy.
But our van is in sight. There she is, in all her glory. She's a big old girl. There we go.
Scratch the trees. I don't know why, it feels about 10 times longer than it did when I test drove it.
And the drive back begins. White van man now. Thinks he's king of the road.
I've reached the pinnacle of my life now. I'm driving a big van.
Soon he'll be on the motorway right up behind you, bibbing his horn at you to get out of the way.
I wouldn't. It's not fast enough. It's too heavy. It's the only, what is it, the 106 brake horsepower one. So I think we'll have to go for a blue fit, a blue Spark automotive box on it.
So I've just discovered a cool little feature in the van that I didn't notice when we first took it out for a test drive. Hey, look at that! Got my own little drinks holder. So I've just pulled up at the services. Josh is currently fueling up. It's going to be interesting to see how much this costs.
I think
for a full tank.
140 I'm going for, maybe 150.
How much did the transporter cost to fill?
120. No, sorry, 110 it was.
I'm going to go 160. I'm serious, right?
We're not empty though. Got a 1/4 tank.
And then after this, I think we're going to go and get some food because we're both starving. I've not ate since I was at work. A pack of biscuits, that's the last thing I had, so I think I'm feeling a McDonald's or KFC.
There is no McDonald's.
Oh, well.
Let's get a Tamworth. For a full tank.
Not as bad as we thought.
Miles below, because that's how many miles we're going to get for that.
What a knob. Okay, so Josh is just walking back from the services and he's carrying an M&S bag, and I'm going to guarantee that there's some sandwiches in it. There's going to be a bottle of Coke, maybe 2 bottles of Coke, and possibly a Scotch egg. Josh is back with the goods. Good old M&S. Let's see if I was right. We have sandwiches, like I predicted.
Was it the right sandwich?
We have a bottle of Coke, another one that I said he would get.
Did you get vanilla?
And we've got, oh yes, now got some macaroons. Oh, the best. And some twirls, so we're very healthy eaters, as you can see. Such pigs. We started with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 macaroons. We've got 2 left.
You've got 2 left.
Yeah. It took us a while to pick this van, didn't it? Because we looked at quite a few different vans. So, what did we do?
A few.
So I think we started by looking at. Well, I think a Sprinter or a Crafter was always sort of like top of the wish list.
Well, we started looking at Crafters, and then we looked at Sprinters, and then we looked at Citroen Relays, then we looked at Fiat Catos, then we looked at Peugeot Boxers, then we looked at short wheelbase Crafters, and toyed with the idea of not having a shower but having a toilet, and then we was dead set on a Sprinter, went to look at a Sprinter, and we got there and everything was, it sounded perfect, like the bodywork on it was immaculate when you looked at it, and then we got to, well, the guy said to us there's a few issues with like cosmetics, like the door, the window door wasn't working, and there was a little bit of cracked tail light, and when we got there we was like, oh that's great, like the bodywork's fine, it's just little things that we need to do, and then we went to start it and it wouldn't start because the battery died, so giving the benefit of the doubt, thought if you need to do the battery it's not the end of the world. And then he took us to the petrol station and swapped over, and then I got into the van, turned the ignition on, and the engine management light came on, and it was like, oh, it'll go off, it never went off. And then we got about 20 minutes into the test drive and the oil message came and said you need to add a litre of oil. So when we got back, I knew straight away we were leaking oil. So we got underneath the car and it was like dripping oil when it cracked the sump. And when I said to him, like, you can crack the sump, he was like, oh yeah, I think one of the drivers did it a while ago. And then he rang his mechanic, and his mechanic probably landed him in it. And his mechanic was like, yeah, it was you that did it. You told me to bodge it back together and not replace the sump. So we left it at that after, like, we thought we got the one. And then we've seen this one for sale on eBay. There was a guy who left the country, sold his business, and he's gone back to Poland. And I just said to him, like, this is our budget. Granted, it was for sale for like, well, it was £13,900 it was for sale for. And I just said to the woman, I said, like, I don't want to waste your time, but our budget's 12,000. Is there any movement on the price? And she says, oh, we can only do, the lowest we probably look at is 13,000. She said we'd probably go to 12 and a half, and then that's when it was like, let's go look at it tomorrow, and then drove down at the weekend and we got here and it was like, it is immaculate. The guy's done everything he needed to do on it before he's left the country. He's replaced the cam belt, put service on it, all the tyres are really good. There's a dint in the back door which we'll show you later on, which isn't like the end of the world, is it? It's pretty mild.
It's nothing compared to vans that we had looked at. We did go and look at some ex-DPD vans, but the problem is, like, DPD drivers, they just don't care, do they? They're delivering parcels, they don't care if their van gets all bashed up and dinted and shit, so...
But on the flip side, they are well maintained, like regularly serviced, and I wouldn't let that put you off if you're looking for a van.
Oh yeah, like, they're fine, just if you're fussy like us. Yeah, I think it depends what you're going to use it for, though, doesn't it? Like, we want to want as best condition as we can get, because it's going to be like a holiday home for us, but if you're just using it as a courier van, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
And also trying to find a van without VAT was an absolute nightmare.
Oh god, yeah,
Like,
it was.
When we looked at the Sprinters, it seemed like every single Sprinter had got VAT on it.
Yeah.
Like the Crafters, there was a lot more private Crafters. Whether it's because VW, I don't know if there's any difference. I know Sprinters are known for going longer mileage, but the Crafter goes on 300,000 miles. Yeah, it was just a minefield. I think I looked at about 800 different vans over the couple of weeks I was looking. Not actually went to, but looked online. And I just got so sick of looking at the end, and then this one came up. We just literally just said that we got 11, it wasn't.
You've got to weigh up what's important to you, haven't you, when you're looking for a van, because yeah, definitely compromise. So one thing that, well, more you wanted more than me, wasn't it, was aircon, because in the Transporter we never had aircon, and you found it
was just too hot.
uncomfortable driving sometimes, whereas it doesn't bother me. I hate aircon because I hate being cold, but for you it was a big thing. But trying to find a van, for one that even had aircon, and then for two, trying to find it in our budget, it was just impossible. So we had to kind of scratch that one off.
The only ones we could find was like a Sprinter if it was a twin axle minibus, but obviously you need a different licence for those. I think they're 5 ton, which I haven't got that licence in, but that was out the window. Or if we went to an older vehicle, I think it was like 2011. You can get aircon to the Sprinters, but it's very rare you can find them. But they are more popular in the craft than the aircon is, so if that's something you're looking for, a craft is probably more ideal to go for.
And the other thing is the mileage as well. So I think originally we kind of set out a limit of about 130,000 miles, didn't we? But we ended up looking up to 150, because it's just trying to find one that's in good condition, in the price that you're looking for, and with the mileage that you're looking for. It's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, but we got really lucky with this one. So this was at 97,000, well, just under 98. So we did get really lucky with this one for the price. But we initially set a budget of 12, and then we dropped it to 10 because we wanted more money to buy stuff for the van. But then we just said, like, we're just going to go for 12 on it and stick to as close to 100,000 as possible, because it was just never ending.
So it's day 2. We made it home with the van last night. Driving home in the rain, and Josh managed to get it on the drive, which I think is the thing we were most worried about, if we'll be able to actually fit it on the drive or not. But it's all good, she got on.
Probably should have checked that before we bought it, actually.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like leg space steps of 7. So this is the back of our van. I'll go right to the end so you can see. And then we can talk through a bit of a layout.
Look, I can touch the ceiling!
It's a bit high.
I can actually stand up. I'm not walking around like this to do everything.
And we've also got the previous owner's rubbish.
We have a lovely chair back. With
what is it? Is it some kind of like tartan from
fetching
scooter? It's like tartan from a scooter concept. So yeah, so all this plywood's going to be coming off. I'm going to be stripping it back, removing the bulkhead, and then it's like a big clean down.
Josh just pointed out that it looks like whoever's owned it before has put it looks like skirting boards on it.
Yeah, I don't really know what they've done there. And there's also some big ass cobwebs in there. So talk through the layout, Paul.
So the plan is we'll have a seating area here, so maybe one chair here, and then
window and a table.
Yeah, table. So that's is that one that's going to come up from the floor, one of those table legs?
Either that or it's going to be a freestanding one.
With a window here, and then that'll be nice because we can look straight out the door when we're parked or like having a drink or something and be able to see the nice view. The kitchen will be here, and I think the plan is to have that overhanging the door.
Yeah, halfway I think. So we're going to have a window in the kitchen just there, and we're also going to have a window on that door there. There's going to be a window in that seat there, and then there's going to be just a blank window on the outside of this panel here.
Yeah, because the plan is for this bit to be our shower and toilet. So obviously we don't want a proper window, because otherwise people are going to be seeing us on the toilet, which we don't really want.
And then this side, so this is going to be our bed here. We don't know if we're going full length or not yet, do we? Because we don't really know.
Well, I think the only way to test it out is to lie down in it. I mean,
Yeah,
I can do anyway, but I think you need to do the lie down test in it. So
Yeah, when you've got insulation on, and I suppose, oh well, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge later. But yeah, we're going to have 2 of the mini windows. We've not gone for sliding windows or opening windows because we didn't use them on our last build. But yeah, the next time you'll see it is when we start stripping all this wood off, and we need to clean it down because it's filthy, especially the cab, and say bye to the bulkhead, and then it's time to build a new one.
Feels really daunting at this stage when you're right at the beginning and you've just got so much to do, like all the shitty jobs that you don't want to do, like cleaning out and I just like it when it's the fun stage with the decorator.
What even is that? Is it like a... Anybody knows what that is?
It looks like a cable management system.
Yeah, I think it is. We've got our own trunking, so... Yes. That's our van. That's what it's going to be.
How good does it feel to be able to stand though?
Proper. Like, just working in it, be able to stand would be so much better.
Yeah.
Because we literally was on our hands and knees for 3 months in the transporter, and it was annoying as hell. But this is the van from the outside. What's that? Is that spider?
No, I wasn't sure if it was a bogey or something.
So, hold on, let me turn the exposure down and shut the door. You get out? So this is our van. It just seems to get longer and longer and longer every time you look at it.
It's so big, like look at me for comparison.
Yeah, so I think the transporter probably came to where Ali stood now at the end, so we've probably got an extra 2 metres on it, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that bed space. But driving it doesn't actually feel any bigger. We just tried to park it in House's car park and it didn't go too well. So yes, this is Ghost. We've officially named him Ghost.
Oh yeah, I've not said the name yet, have we? Yeah, Ghost.
We went with the name Ghost because, yeah, it's a long story basically. We wanted Soap McTavish for all those Call of Duty fans out there, but Soap didn't really do it any justice. But then Ghost, we went for the white theme, so.
I don't even know Call of Duty, but I've got an unhealthy obsession with the character Soap McTavish.
Yeah, she's writing a new story called The Diaries of Soap McTavish. So yes, we shall catch you all tomorrow when we start stripping it back.